welcome to the session, everyone. Today we have Lior Isaac. He is the owner and CEO. My name is Carol. I am a solutions architect and a Zoho trainer. We are hoping that Nelvin will be able to join us today. He's the product manager. And so we have a few things that we're going to go over today. We have the Did You Know section where we're going to go over an underutilized feature inside of Zoho that was released this year. We have some creative Zoho solutions that we're going to share with you guys. And then we have some inexpensive solutions that will help solve a business problem for you. And then, of course, we'll roll into our live Q&A. We have also some questions from the community that we will get into as well. So the first thing we're going to start with is Kiosk. So Kiosk is a feature that was released this year by Zoho. And Kiosk is a very useful tool, especially for businesses that have a big sales team and maybe they have lots of pipelines. And let's say you need to have a different script for each pipeline or different directions of what to do in a sales meeting, something like that. Do you want to add anything to that, Lior?
There are many usages for the Kiosk. What I like the most about it, if you think about the blueprints. So Carol, can you load the blueprint 1 second? When you work with the blueprint, those buttons, it allows you to show some functionality. The problem is that they are limited in what you can show, the different screens that you can show. With the Kiosk, you can have multiple screens for each transition. For example, when I'm right now on the phone and I'm talking to a lead, that will be, let's say, contacted. And then I will need to do a few things. One, I will need to show a few screens that will be regarding something that I need to talk to this person. And that might be based on the product or based on the area of the world that is coming from or net worth or any criteria that you want. I can change the scripting and the language and what we need to talk to them about. In addition, I can also extract information, but I can have multiple screens in one stage, which the blueprint allows me to have one screen for one stage. So that's enhancing the functionality a lot.
Right. And to give you guys an idea of what it looks like. So if we click here, we'll have a screen that'll pop up. And so we have some instructions here of what the salesperson needs to do during the sales meeting that they're conducting. So let's say we have multiple different pipelines. We could have different instructions for each pipeline. And then once we click done, it'll take us to a new screen. So it's like we have multiple transitions within one. So here we have our latest phone call and then our text messages that we had between us and the contact. So we can see all of that history here and see what's been going on during that sales meeting.
So just 1 second here. It's all related to the business cycle. So let's say that the first time that I talk to someone, I will need to have the script. And that was what you saw there. So that's the script. The next step, I need to see what was the last phone call, if it was outbound, inbound, how long. And the third thing, I need to see all the related text messages that were exchanged. Everything is visible to me during the call. I don't need to search around, click on different places and be distracted while I'm trying to sell the deal.
Right.
So this is this business case, but it can be any business case that you like. And we can pull information from different records based on different criteria.
Now, there's
super cool.
One thing you guys need to know about. Let's say we have a field update. So if I put something in this field and I save this, the data is not going to go anywhere. So it doesn't actually save it to the record. If you want it to save it to the record, then you will need a developer to use some deluge coding to get it to actually save. So that's one hiccup that we found with it.
I need to talk to someone from Zoho regarding what's the logic behind it, because obviously Zoho are super smart and there is logic with everything they do.
Right.
I personally don't understand why typing information into a field goes nowhere unless a developer is deluge scripting it and pushing it to the right place.
Right.
But it's still super useful.
It is.
With those kiosks, by the way, you can show information. So those are the screens that we showed you. You can pull information from different records. You can have related items. You can update information in the background, can send emails. You can do a bunch of things. It's super robust feature. That's only version number 1. I'm looking forward to see the other versions of the kiosk.
Yeah,
it's really
for
good.
sure.
Also for us as a company that is specializing on the business side of Zoho, this is enhancing our capabilities to help clients because now we can work more on the process side. So it's very good for us.
Absolutely. Okay. So next we are going to talk about AI.
So with AI, for the ones that are following our channel lately, you already know that we are deep into the AI world, and we see lots of future to the AI, not only in rewriting emails, which is super cool, but there are many other usages. Right now, we're in the process of creating something very nice. The problem that we're finding is that in our company and also other companies, you have the management layer, and the management layer is super busy with so many people asking questions, and most of the time it's repeated questions by different people. And if there was a way that the employees would be able to talk to our clones and get all the answers from them, that will be great. Another problem is that if right now, let's say Nelvin and I will have a conversation and I will tell him about a new process that we created, and in this case, so let's say if someone comes from the US, in that case, you need to say 1, 2, 3, or you need to provide him this service and not this service. Because Nelvin is bombarded by so many things all the time, there is a chance that he will forget about it because he's human. If you give this information to AI, AI will never forget, always using this information. So what we are doing right now, we took basically the Zoho infrastructure, and on the Zoho infrastructure, we created an AI knowledge base, same as you have the knowledge base in Zoho, but we just enhanced it. And on top of that, we added the ChatGPT knowledge base. So now, for example, we experimented that only on our sales department, and it's just sick. The results are crazy. So if you have, for example, new assistant, which we had one, and the assistant is asking this tool that we created, it's a widget in CRM, and she will ask, I'm new to the company. People call me regarding leads, and I have no clue what to do. And the AI will say, okay, no problem. So when you have the first phone call, you need to, first of all, ask for 1, 2, 3, number of employees, industry, where you're from. So the system will be able to track all that for the employee and guide the employee to do the right steps. Also, when there are specifics, the AI can fine-tune to specifics. For example, we have multiple legal entities. Each legal entity is dealing with different sections in the world because we're dealing with companies around the world. The system, the AI, will be able to tell the salesperson how to generate invoices and how to sell proposals and so on, and how to follow up based on the geographic location of the person. So this is what we're dealing with right now. Works fantastic on one department. We will try to expand it to more, and eventually it will be a product that we are going to sell. But it's very nice.
All right, so Nelvin's up with our inexpensive solutions. I'm gonna stop sharing.
Okay. Can pass me the trainer access so I can share my screen.
Yes,
And
yes. I'm not your age. Wait a second. Give me a second.
so while we're doing
Done.
that, just a little bit of a background. The solution that we will present right now is a solution mainly for task automation. So every business needs their user to take action, right? They need to take action into a lead or into a deal. And sometimes it depends on the lead status, or sometimes it depends on the stage of the deal. But most often than not, the best way to do this is to assign a task to the salesperson, to the accountant, or to the manager. In this solution that we will be presenting to you, we are automating the task for each of the lead statuses and each of the deal stages. So the task will automatically be created, and I will show you each of the features. So this is the widget that we have created. You can put the name of the template and then the task subject. For this purpose, I named it manager to review the lead or the deal. And in here, you can select the deal stage. And on the other side, you'll be able to select the lead status. So these are dynamically populated depending on your organization. So each organization have different stages or lead statuses. Our solution will automatically get that list and display all the options in this list.
Can you have
And
multiple tasks for one stage? For example, when a deal is signed, so one task will be assigned to the accounting department, and another task will be assigned to the salesperson, for example?
yes, exactly. So this first template that I'm showing right now, take note it's called manager to review the lead and deal, and later on I will show the other task. And this task right here, the owner is Jeff, and you'll be able to even select a group. So you'll be able to select a user group, sales or BP users. Then we do have reminders here. Due date is 5 days, and then reminder 1 day before the due date. You can add that here. And one of the advantages of our solution as well is that we have the reminder type. In here, you can have email, pop up, or click, or even all of the above.
So those
So
will be
task
the
this,
notification types before the due date, right?
yes,
And by default, I think pop-up is the only one by default. Am I correct?
yes. If I remember correctly, pop up is the only default reminder of the native task of Zoho.
Got it. And you can set up how many days before the task due date you want to get some kind of a notification.
Yes. So if
We,
you
we,
want it 1 day before, 2 days before, 3 days before, you have that flexibility.
so we saw a huge usage for this extension with people that are dealing with money. For example, give me a notification 5 days before the driving license of ABC is expired. Or for wealth managers, 30 days before a specific person, some document is expired, which is required to sign on a yearly basis, or before an interview that is required once a year. Real estate agents that every stage of the deal, they have multiple things they need to do. So we are distributing tasks to them based on the stage. So we saw lots of usages in those areas of businesses.
Okay. So right now, I'm going to show you how it works. I'm in my opportunities module. I have created my own opportunity called Nisha. And the task that I have created is based on the deal stage products and services selection. So if I click on the products and services selection, So let me just fill out this subform. And then now I am in the current state products and services selection. If I refresh the page, you can see here on the left side, you have the related list called open activities. And now you already have two automatically created at the same time. Now you have the task for the manager to review the deal, and you even have the accounting to generate the draft invoice. And you can have as many as you want on any of the deal stage that you need. You even have the priority here, normal, the other one is high, and you even have the due dates. And of course, the reminders works in the background. So this is in the opportunities, and it works the same way in leads. So in leads, if for example, I have this lead right here, and if I go to a certain stage that I add or I select in the template, it will also create an open activity, the task templates that I have created. That's how our automation and our solution works.
And this extension is available in the marketplace, right? Is it available or not yet?
It's already available. If you guys go to the marketplace in Zoho CRM, just type ABR. You'll see a lot of extensions that we have in public. All are solutions for specific business automations.
Awesome. So we can move into our Q&A now. So the first question is, how do I track the advertisements coming from different phone numbers?
Okay, that's a good one. There are companies, I think CallRail is one of them, but there are some companies that will allow you to have multiple phone numbers, and each phone number is related to a specific campaign. So if I'm running multiple campaigns based on the incoming phone calls, I will know which campaign is related to this phone call. Until now, there was not really a way to do it in Zoho CRM, because Zoho CRM is based on traffic such as clicks. But if it's a phone call, it's really an offline way. We worked with Ring Central to create a mechanism that actually does that. So we do have a way to do it. We are able to track phone calls. Whenever people call, we're able to have special script that is tracking where those phone calls coming from, associated with specific campaigns, and therefore we can report on how many leads, how many deals, how many we closed, what's in the pipeline. So the bottom line, I can show you a precise return of investment on every campaign. So there is a way to do it. We were able to do it with only with Ring Central as a phone system. Maybe other companies we will also be able to do that, but for now only with Ring Central.
Okay. So next up, how do you typically create a portal? What platforms and tools do you use, and how do you sync data with the Zoho apps?
The question is which apps and which portal, if it's a Zoho portal or web portal. I will just touch on different things here. So if you're using Zoho CRM portal, then you can use the Zoho CRM native system and the Deluge to integrate with the different applications. If you want to go fancy, you can have a web portal, and that's something that we are lately doing a lot of those. Those are expensive projects, around the $50,000 or so. You will have a web portal that is talking to the different Zoho applications, can do anything that you want basically, and we are syncing the information behind the scene with the APIs. So the website or this portal and Zoho will have exactly the same data all the time, and it's being done by APIs and webhooks.
Okay, and next up, for a deal, I have emails and texts with the customer and separate emails with various vendors. The emails with the customer are under the customer or deal, but the emails with the vendors are not. What's a good and elegant system to manage and attach these additional emails to the contact or the deal?
So if I understand it correctly, you have, for example, the opportunity or the deal, and then the related contact emails will be shown automatically. But the question is, if you want to associate emails that are related to the deal, but are not related to the person itself. So let's say Carol and I exchanging emails regarding Nelvin, and the deal is Nelvin. So the emails that I'm exchanging with Carol are not related at all, which means they cannot be associated by default. So there is a way in a Zoho CRM. If you go to any email in Zoho CRM and you click on it, on the right side, there is a drop down that you can associate with a deal. And this is the way to do it, basically. This is how you bypass this limitation. It's the same like the tagging in Salesforce. It's exactly the same functionality.
Okay, can we track leads from LinkedIn? So with this, you are able to track advertisements from LinkedIn, but you're not able to track your messages from LinkedIn. And they actually have a new extension called Lead Chain, Zoho does. And so you can track your ads through that because it is going to be replacing Zoho Social. So if you've already got Zoho Social, you can still use it. But if you're a new user, you're going to be transformed into using Lead Chain from now on. But either with Zoho Social or with Lead Chain, you can only track the advertisements on LinkedIn. You cannot track the messages.
Yeah, they're not allowing, it's not about Zoho, right? It's about LinkedIn. They're not allowing syncing messages. You need to go to LinkedIn to check the messages. They want more traffic. This is why it's happening.
Can I integrate my phone with Zoho? So we get this question a lot.
Yeah, I think it's a weekly question.
Yeah. And the answer is yes, you can integrate your phone with Zoho, but you'll need to find a phone system that does integrate with Zoho. And so it's really important to do your research, to look into it, ask for a demo, and make sure it's a proper integration, because sometimes they're using things like Zapier, and you don't want that type of integration. So you're going to be using a million zaps. You're going to be paying thousands of dollars for that, and it's not going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a wonderful point, Carol. We had the prospects coming to us. Their phone provider told them that they can integrate with Zoho CRM. So for them, it's a check mark. Okay, it's awesome. They signed up with them, moved all their phones. Okay, so now it's time to integrate with Zoho CRM. And then they're telling them you can do it with Zapier. Now, the client don't really understand what it means. How much is it? $20 per month for the basic package. Okay, let's do that. So every phone call that's coming in, it goes to Zapier and then to Zoho CRM. So you have 2 zaps for every phone call. Mm-hmm. For a company, let's say with 60 employees, 60 lines, you have about 100 phone calls per person. Those are thousands of zaps per day. When eventually the Zapier account is exploding, you pay thousands of dollars for the Zapier. Doesn't make sense. What I recommend you to do, if you're in the process of trying to get a new phone line, obviously we are always happy to sell you a RingCentral line. But if you don't want RingCentral or work with us, it's fine. Talk to your phone company. Make sure that they show you a demo of how their solution works. And if you can't see a demo, don't sign with them. Because once you're moving your phone lines to a new company, it's not fun to move to a different company. So just make sure that you see a demo before you move. Please, I beg you. Don't fall into the traps of, yep, we have integration. Or we saw people that been told that they have integration, and when they already been with the company, it was, yes, we have it in beta version. It's not available for clients yet. And they are 2 years in the process trying to be those adapters, those early adapters. Anyway, just make sure that you are seeing a demo and you're not getting fooled.
Okay, so next question is, I created different blueprints with different developers, but the blueprints aren't working well. Is Zoho going to solve the blueprint problem? So first of all, there's not a Zoho problem with the blueprints. There isn't any blueprint problem. The problem is going to be the developers that you're working with. They're not architecting your solution properly, and therefore you're not getting the result that you're looking for. But it's not an issue with the blueprints.
Yeah, it's like, going to a house that was designed poorly when you're blaming the city for it. The city is just the infrastructure, but that the house was designed by someone. A blueprint is just a tool, fantastic tool, zero problems with it. We also see sometimes people will come and will say, you offered us ABC to amount to develop a blueprint, and they have someone else offering, half of the price. What it even means? No, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a tool. The blueprint can be developed with drag and drop in about 5 minutes. It can be free. We don't charge people for 5 minutes. The idea is how you design the blueprint, what functionality will be around it, what this blueprint can do, how it can help your business, how it can save you errors and copy pasting, or what type of flow it will have. There's so many things about the blueprint. It's just a tool. So bottom line, there is nothing wrong with Zoho CRM blueprints. There are problems with people who architect them.
I received proposals to build a canvas view for my deal system with prices ranging from $350 to $2,750. Why is there such a big fluctuation? So this is going to depend.
This is the same.
Yeah, same issue, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, what is going to be included in it? For example, our process to create canvas views. Can you pull one of you a canvas view on maybe MediCRM so people can see what it means? So whenever you have a canvas view, you will see in a second, you have a way to visually redesign how Zoho CRM looks like. Just having a design means nothing. What type of design you're going to have, where those boxes are going to be laid on, what type of information is going to be, how you're going to position those. So first of all, in our company, for example, and every company is different, step number one, you will have some kind of a design session with an architect to make sure that those items are being laid in the proper way. So you can see here, for example, on the top left, the next follow-up is much bigger than all the other items, because this is the most important part of the page. It's not a design problem. It's not a font problem. We wanted it to be the biggest because we hold salespeople accountable based on this date. Below that is the reason to contact them. As you can see on this page, there is almost no information. It's almost blank. We want the salespeople to concentrate only on about 10 pieces of information so they can do their job in the best way without being overwhelmed with lots of crap they don't even need to see. If you scroll down, you can see that all the related items are in the same area. So once you click on the links on the left side, you can see that everything is refreshed in the same area. And we also chose the right items to be there. So the salespeople, which this is a view only for the salespeople, we have different views for other people, other departments. The bottom line is each group of people is supposed to see only what they need to work with. Zero additional information supposed to be viewed. So if we go back to the question of this person that asked it, if you just have a basic design, that can be even $100. It doesn't take much time to do it. But if you're going to have more than that, you're going to have something that is designed, graphically designed and architected and so on, you might go to more. But by the way, the $2,750, I've never seen any canvas view that costs so much personally. Usually it's about 1,500 maximum for a very heavy duty canvas view. So it looks like a little bit high price, but anyway, I hope my point is making sense.
So that's all of the questions we have from the channels. So we'll check the chats.
Yeah, if anybody have questions, drop them in the chat or the question area, or you can open your mic and start talking.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hey, Eric, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good, very good.
I have a question on something that I'm working on right now. So we're revamping our website and we're taking off just like the contact us buttons and we're replacing them with forms. And so there's a specific form that I've created called just an alert form. So you get added to this list. This list is normally like an Excel list. And whenever they post, it's set up like a blog post in WordPress, they get notified.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find the best way to integrate this because when I go into forms, it doesn't feel like it quite wants to work. When I go into marketing automation, I'm having a difficult time. I think I have some success in campaigns, but I'm still trying to figure out how I can get that form when they hit submit to just automatically add them to that list. So it's like I've got the campaign side of it, but I don't have the integration to the form side of it.
Super easy. Let me show you.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know and you can see my screen.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can see it.
In Zoho campaigns, if you go to contacts, you have the sign up forms. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The sign up forms, you can have different types. So visually, you can select a template. So that can be anything that you want. You have the long one, the short ones, the pop-ups, and so on. So let's say you want something like that as an example.
Okay.
You use the template, you can customize the design, you can customize what it says, and so on from the left side. So from here, you can control the background color or background picture, all those features. Are we good until now?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say that this is what I want. Now, you will have here the code of where this information is going to. Okay. And here you will have what type of mailing list it's going to be connected to. So I can click here and I can assign it, let's say, to my contacts or anything else. And that's it. Super easy.
Okay. And the flow wise, the automation part of it, I just, like I said, I created the campaign for it. I think I have it. So I just go like upon form submission.
You can do also form submission. Yes.
I think, what did I do? I think I did it as an RSS feed. I think that's what I did. So whenever a new post is created, that they get notified, whoever's on that list.
So there are two things that you can do. So if we go to the automation section, let's say that I'm creating some kind of an automation.
Okay.
Let's take one of those templates as an example. So you can have a form submission. So whenever someone is signing up from this submission that we created, then they will go into this process.
Okay.
So it's just the trigger needs to be form submission.
Right. Okay.
It's supposed to be very, very simple. Another thing that you can do is do list entry. So I will delete this guy. So now it will be list entry. And in my case, the mailing list was the contacts. So now when someone goes into the contacts, then they will start getting those emails. So in your case, you create a list that will be named website registrations or something like that. And then whenever they go to the list, they will start receiving those messages.
Okay.
Is that helping?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, I think that makes sense. So I just need to probably create the form and campaigns and just run everything from there.
Okay, so I guess those are the questions for today. Very good.
Okay.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next month. And feel free to post on YouTube and the Facebook and all those social media questions, and we load them during this session.
Okay,
Bye,
thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.